Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the weekend charts to ponder. Hey, this is Rick with Hit and Run Candlesticks, and this is Saturday, October 17, 2020. And I have a few charts here that might be worth a look over the weekend so we can be prepared for next week. A couple of things I want to remind you of, though. We have some possible headwinds going forward, and we really need to be careful with that. I'm gonna throw up the SPY chart real quick here, just so we're looking at the SPY. COVID, COVID is still with us, and I don't see it getting better, and according to the numbers, I don't think it's getting better either. So that could be a headwind going forward. The stimulus. Now, personally, I think if they pass the stimulus, the market's gonna pop up. Whether or not it stays up is yet to be seen, but I do think we'll get some knee-jerk bullish reaction to that. And then, of course, we have the election. So it's going to be very important that going forward, there's a lot of little gears here, a lot of little intricate little parts that could really foul up the market. And if everything goes right, hey, the market could rock and roll here. You can see the SPY right now. I'm on a daily chart. So far, the SPY is looking pretty good overall. We're up here to a high. We've pulled back. We could possibly be making a bullish J hook up here. And with any failure, we could start coming down and retesting some of these areas here. So I guess the main takeaway is just be very cautious and realize that there is a fair amount of volatility. Realize that there's a possibility of harsh volatility ahead of us. So you really got to mind your P's and Q's. All right, hey, let's take a look at some of these charts here, okay? So, again, this is the weekend charts to ponder. I welcome any questions, so please ask questions about these charts if you like, or anything else. I will try to get those answered over the weekend, and if the questions, if I get overrun with questions, what I'll end up doing is making a video on the questions and answering those. So please want to welcome those. I also want to remind everybody that there's 5 spots left in the 3/8 trap class presented by Doug Campbell of Right Way Options. Don't let the options scare you. If you don't trade options, that's okay. The 3/8 trap is about trading a chart, not necessarily about trading stock or options. And that class is October 29th. And I want to remind you that there are only 5 spots left. We are not going to bump that up. You will not see an extension on spots available. And that was at my last check. So we'll see what happens here. All right, let's take a look at some charts. Let's stay with a naked chart here. Yeah, I'm going to stay with a naked chart today. Okay, so let's start with GLW Corning. I see a goal up here around this 38.90 area is what I see on Corning here. We can see that we've got a nice trend working here. We've got this low. We came up and we just kind of peaked. We dropped back down. The bulls came in and they rallied us right up, breaking out of this high, these highs over here. And now we're doing this consolidation. A great little bullish engulf here, followed by a little bit of doji, by a little doji. Now, what I'm looking for is a little consolidation, and let's just get rid of this line right now. So what I'm looking for is a little rest. Give me time to get in this. I'm looking for an entry inside this area, this green box area, which is about 3460 all the way up to about 3560. We'll call that 3560. So between 3460 and 3560, there's a buck in there that we're looking for an entry for. And really what I'm looking for is price to drop down in this area, and then I will have GLW on my live trading alert scanner. When the scanner starts alerting me that buyers are coming in, basically the chart making a new day high. That's what I tend to look for, is a new day high. So for example, if we open up, say that's pretty far away. If we open up, say right here, and I start, if the scanner starts alerting me that we're popping up like this, or even breaking out of Friday's candle, which that's it right there, then I will start making an entry on that. And that's how I look at those entries. And I often get asked, well, what does it mean when buyers are coming in? When you see it moving up, that's when buyers are coming in. And then again, like I said, we're looking at goal up here at 38.89. Stop, I'm looking at 34.52-ish down here. So if it's bought at 35.11, you're looking at under a 2% stop. I think the risk reward is well worth it. And we've got about almost 11% up here to the goal. Now, we do have a possible breakout here. So if you wait for the breakout, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that would be a great way to trade this chart if you wait for that breakout up here. But you might want to raise that stop up a little bit. I don't think I'd want to buy it here and then have my stop down here. All right, let's take a look at URI. Now, URI was on a past couple, 3 weeks ago, Saturday or weekend charts to ponder, and we hit our goal. Smashed the goal, did very well with it. Now we've got a little pullback, and I'm looking for an entry inside this green box area here. This is my buy box, by the way. So what I'm after here is price to follow through up here, get into the green area, and then actually pull back a little bit. Now that's what I'm looking for, a pullback or rest, something like that. And then what I'm looking for are those buyers to start stepping in. When I see that buying stepping in, and again, the live trading alert scanner is going to do this for me. I don't know that I could be so sure that I'm going to double my account in the next 12 months. Well, since September, we've started a new Road to Wealth account. I don't know if I could be so confident that I could double my account without the live trading alert scanner. I think it's just, well, it gives me an edge that is absolutely amazing. So anyway, here we're, rally up, so a low to a high, pull back, make a higher low, watch those bulls start coming in, and then bang, we're off and running. Also, if you are waiting for a breakout up here, I get that, if that's your style of trading. I would, however, not use a 190, we'll call that 193. I wouldn't use a 193 stop. I would raise my stop just a little bit. In fact, I would probably raise my stop to about 196.70 maybe. And that's just right through this area right there. We've got a goal of 221.90, and again with a stop of 193 if bought in this area right here. Alrighty, let's take a look at Hasbro. Let's take a look at this here. See, we've got a little breakout right in here. Nice little breakout. We come up, we test, boom, we come back, and here we just walked right through it, and boom, popped right up, and now we're pulling back. Very nice bullish piercing candle on this. I'm actually going to pull that up to right there as well. Nice little bullish piercing candle. We rallied up Friday. This is Friday's candle. So now what I'm looking for is a little consolidation, and I have no problem buying up a little bit higher here. I think I am going to drop that down just slightly though. There we go. So I'm looking at buying between 86 and a quarter and 88.35. I'd like to buy in that area. So once again, I'm going to do that same old thing. I'm going to look for a little consolidation. I'm going to wait for those buyers to come in, alerted through the live trading alert scanner, place my entry. I'll place my stop at about 86 and a quarter. I will continue to monitor this trade. We will watch this top area in case we get a heavy sell signal. But right now, we've got this trend that's working. We've got the bullish J hook that's trying to print up here. So I'm not overly concerned about this area. We certainly may get a little consolidation, but I'm looking for the move up to 99 bucks. And you get to 99, you might be able to get to 100 bucks up here. So that's a pretty big move. You know, even if you wanted to take some, and of course we're always taking profits into strength. So if that's too far of a leap for you up there, not a problem. Don't be afraid to take profits along the way. Yeah. All right. Okay. Here, this could be one of everybody's favorite stocks right now. This is probably a market favorite, hot stock. We were in this week. We closed it out and made some great money. We've hit our goal. Goal was sweet. And this was a previous weekend chart to ponder, and popped right through it. Friday, we ended up being a little negative up here, so I'm kind of thinking we get a little bit of a pullback. I guess more than anything, I'm hoping we get a pullback because I'd like to get back in it. So a little bit of a pullback in here. I'm going to look for those buyers to step in. Once again, it's the same old thing. We're just going to let it pull back, let it rest a little bit, and then we'll watch for that buying to come in. We start seeing that buying, we're going to place a buy in there, and we're going to look for that goal up here of about 33 bucks. Now, I think NIO can go higher, but I'm a trader. I trade, I buy and I sell on the swings. Other people might buy and hold and hold and hold and hold. That's certainly fine. But like I say, I'm a trader, so that's what I do here on the charts. With a buy inside the green box here, I'm looking at about 25.75 as a stop, 33.09 as a goal. So if it's bought somewhere in the neighborhood of 27.65, I'm looking at maybe a 6, possibly even a 7% stop. That might be a little high for some folks. And I'm looking for a target up here of about 19.5%. Now remember, if anyone buys this, you have to trade your own trade. Meaning that when you come in here and it's bought, you've got to put your stop in at a place that is acceptable for you. You're buying also. It has to be at an acceptable place, on an acceptable chart pattern, on acceptable price action based on your rules. So I'm giving you the outline of what I am looking at, and you might want to tighten up, expand, change, massage this chart to fit your type of trading. Okay. How about a little bit of pot here? Now, there's several pot stocks out there. This seems to be the best one, I think, chart-wise. And I think they're all looking pretty good. Telray looks good. Krone looks good. But I'm going to go with CGC here. And I know that a lot of folks with hit and run candlesticks are already in this. I'm not in it. I'm going to be looking to pick this up, I think. I'm looking for a goal up here of about 21.80, and that is about a 16.5% profit, providing we buy it inside this box. So we have this little hammer here Thursday. Friday we came up and hit this resistance and popped back down a little bit. I'm not too concerned with that. Not really. Of course, Monday might be a whole different game changer. So what I'm looking for is follow through up, and then I'm looking for a bit of a rest in here. And I'm looking to buy in this area. And when I buy, again, it will be based on continued strength in this case. So we're moving up. I just want to see a minor little rest. I want continued strength. And then we're looking for a complete breakout going up to 2180. Now, there's no way in the world it's going to go from here to here. Well, yeah, I suppose it's a possibility, but highly unlikely. So you're going to get some movements like this. Whoops. Probably should have done it like that. Let's do it like this. Let's go like that. And we're going to see some pullbacks, and we just have to monitor those pullbacks. Keep in mind our trading rules, and also keep in mind that we will be taking base hits along the way. We feel that that's just the best way to make money. Okay, so we're looking at 1820 for a stop, 2180 for a target. Let's say it's bought at 1869. You're looking at 2.6% risk, and you're looking at 16.8% on the target. Now, one thing I've forgot to mention here, and I'll mention it right now. When I'm looking at this and you see this 16% profit, that's on the stock trade. I can tell you that I will be making option trades on these simple directional puts and calls, option trades. But I mean, they're absolutely tradable via the stock, and they're tradable via the option as well. So I just want to let you know that I'll be looking at the option. So for me, or anyone trading the option, you're looking at 16, let's just say 16%. This is a 35%, 40% trade on the option. Here's another one, GPS. I really like the way GPS is starting to act. Friday was a not so good day, but I like the chart pattern. And, we're not going to buy it unless it shows positive trading. So I think it's worth putting out here on the weekend's trade to ponder. So on this one, we've got a nice consolidation here. This is what we would call a box, and we're looking for the pop out, and that would make it a pop out of the box. So what we're looking for is breakout, and then we're looking for a rest, and the breakout can be bought as well. I have no problem with that. Buy the breakout or wait for the rest, and then watch for that buyer to come back in, or buyers come back in. We're looking at a stop of about 1985, bought in this area here, 1985, with a target of $24.50. So let's just say, for the sake of the conversation, if it's bought around $20.25, you're looking at less than a 2% stop and 21% target up here on GPS. I also want to remind everybody, this is extremely important, and right from the beginning, I talked about COVID stimulus and the election being could be a problem going forward. Remember, we are in earnings, so monitor your earnings. It is important. You have got to decide, are you going to go through earnings? And if you are, have a darn good reason for it. Or are you not going to go through earnings, holding a position? The key is to do your research and find out when the earnings are. Maybe this is not a stock trade because earnings is too soon, November 19th. Maybe this is a trade for somebody because you've got about 30 days now. So I use TC2000. Very cool. You can you can have it so the earnings date always comes up here on the top. If you need help setting that up, let me know. I'll be glad to help you. And I'm, other programs, quality programs, probably charting packages, if they're good quality, they produce the earnings date. So very, very important that you at least know when the earnings date are, so you can make a good decision whether you want to actually hold through earnings or not. All right, let's take a look at this chart, and I can't help myself. I have to say this. This is a healthcare Series Therapeutics. It's a biotech stock, but every time I see that ticker symbol, all I think about is McRib. That is all I think about. Can't help myself. I had to say it. Okay, so this McRib chart, we've gapped up. We've had this nice long consolidation here. Let's open this up just a little bit right there. Now you can see there's a awful nice trend on this. Man, that is a nice looking trend. It's also has a very nice low to higher low, and it actually just snuck right up here, consolidated up, and now we're back down. And I'm just looking for this to continue up. So if we look at this as a top, you can see here we broke out, and then we've pulled back, actually popped below it, but we came right back up, creating a little morning star signal here. And this is, I'm going to actually move this over. There we go. The morning star signal is one of my, well, it is my favorite candle pattern. I love it when we're in a trend, we pull back and create that morning star signal. So what I'm looking for is a buy inside the green box area here. And that would be, and actually I could do that. Let's just move that down to the stop line. There we go. So we're looking at an entry 3250 all the way up to about 3465. That's, I think, where I would like my entry anyway. And looking for a stop at that 3250 area. So let's just say it's bought at 3360, whatever that was. We're looking at a 3 to 3.5% stop with a goal up here of about 13.5%. Again, I'll be looking at an option. So that makes that, 35% option trade. If one chooses to wait for a breakout, I would get that, have no problem with that. You just might want to raise that stop up just a tad. I don't know that you want that deep of a stop. And that's if you're a, short-term swing trader. If short-term meaning overnight to, say, 3 weeks perhaps. You just want to make sure that your risk-reward is in line. 2 to 1 risk reward. I prefer 3 to 1 and more, but 2 to 1 works for a lot of people as well. All right, the last chart we have here is some space. Now, I'm personally in space. Just want to let everyone know that right now. Space ended up with a kind of a shooting star candle up here Friday. I'm not overly concerned about it. If it pulls back a little bit, well, I'll end up adding to it. Now, if somebody wants to buy this, and also I may add to it in this green area here. I'm going to draw a trend line on space using this line right there. And according to this trend line here, space could walk sideways till it gets closer to this diagonal trend line. That is very possible. And if it does and kind of pivots to the downside here a little bit, again, I may very well be adding to this chart. If somebody's looking to buy it, and again, if it's up into here, I'm going to add to it as well. So here's what I'll do. Let's just assume we stay in the buy box here, and price comes in, and maybe it moves for a day or two like that. When I start seeing those buyers come in, and by the way, we don't even have to move. We could see buyers come in right away Monday morning. When I see those buyers start coming in via the live trading alert scanner, we'll look to add to this. I'm looking for a goal right now of about $27.50. So if it's bought in the neighborhood of $22.85, we're looking at 20% profit. Goal up there with about 3.5% stop. Very nice, well within our 3-to-1, 2-to-1 budget. So that's looking pretty good there. If you wait for a breakout, make sure you raise that stop. I don't think you want that deep stop down there. Again, if anyone has any questions on these, I don't mind answering them. I would appreciate it. It may take me a little bit to get to them. I usually sit down in the evening and answer some of these questions. I also take some of these questions and make notes on them and then create a video, because some of the questions might seem simple, but they actually have a pretty in-depth answer. And that might be kind of hard to type out and get my message across. So on some of those, I might make another video just answering the questions. All right, couple of keynotes. Thank you very much for watching my video. Thank you very much for supporting us here on YouTube. Don't forget, during the trading day, I post little tidbits, stock ideas, buys, sells on Twitter. So please check out my Twitter channel, Candlestick Trading, at Rick Sadler /Twitter. What else? Don't forget, on the 29th of October, Doug Campbell, my partner, will be doing a 3/8 trap class, and that is our absolute favorite entry zone on a trending chart, and it's well worth it, absolutely well worth it. I hope that you can. I hope there's space available if you try to take it. Last I looked this morning, there was 5 spaces available, and we will not be adding to that. Remember, we've got a lot of headwind going forward, okay? COVID, stimulus, earnings. We have a lot possible headwind, I should say. COVID, stimulus, election, earnings. Be cautious. We'll see everybody next week. Have a great weekend.